Hey guys, it's Joe, and this is Pocket with Joe. It is Wednesday, May 18th, 2022. We are here to talk NHL. We've got two incredible games on the board today. I can't wait. It's going to be a great battle. You guys ready for this? The New York Rangers are taking on the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Edmonton Oilers are taking on the Calgary Flames. Now, I know one thing, this Calgary Flames Edmonton Oilers game is going to be scrappy. Just while we get everyone on the feet here, let's have a look at what happened last night in the two series that kicked off there. We saw the Tampa Bay Lightning come out so strong against the Florida Panthers. It was a 4-1 game. Now, if you watch that game, Florida really was hanging in it. They won that first period. In the second period, Tampa was able to tie it up. The Florida Panthers got a goal taken back because it did come off the netting. It really did change the whole momentum of that game, in my opinion. Both of these teams really driving and playing strong, getting those shots on goal. But Florida just couldn't get it done. Tampa was able to get 3 goals in the third period. Sad to see for Florida Panthers fans. This one did stay under. I really did think this one yesterday would be 3-3 going to overtime. Expected the Florida Panthers to be able to get things done. I think what we would have seen if that goal didn't get taken away was that the Florida Panthers probably would have won this. You could see the shift in these guys when that happened. It was like the momentum was drained out of them. We then had the St. Louis Blues taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Now, this was a crazy game. St. Louis came out getting the win in the first period, but weren't able to keep it for the full game. This one went 2-2, went to overtime with Colorado coming out victorious in overtime. They played a solid game on both sides of the puck for both teams. Defense really stepping up and goaltending last night. So let's look at tonight's games, you guys. We'll kick it off first with the New York Rangers taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, low total here, which we've seen in all of these Canes games. We got a total of 5.5 coming into this one. The New York Rangers, the underdog on the road here at plus 150, minus 175 here for the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, it's gonna be a battle. And I think the books are kind of undervaluing the New York Rangers here. I really did expect this line to be a little bit closer. So Sirkin has been solid for the New York Rangers. He's 36-13 and 4 on the season with that 2.07 goals against average. We see the Rangers also strong, often overtime win as an underdog. Great trend here for the puck line, but we're not getting value on it. I do expect them to keep this one tight, though. On the puck line, the New York Rangers, as an underdog following an overtime win, are 7-0 in their last 7. When we look at the matchup between these two, we have seen the road team go 4-1 in the last 5. I wish we had more value on the puck line, but we absolutely don't. I'm looking at the New York Rangers. They're averaging 3.05 goals per game and only 29.2 shots on goal. They are allowing 2.48 goals per game and that 30.8 shots on goal. When we see the Carolina Hurricanes coming in here, averaging 3.8 and 34.1 shots on goal and allowing that 2.44 and 28.2, I think what we are going to see here is both defenses really step up. I think they got through their last series because of strong defensive plays. We saw the Rangers win against the Penguins, taking that series, and the Canes take it to the Boston Bruins. I think what we will see in this series here is strong defensive play out of both of these teams. Now, the total is floating around 5.5 and 6. Shop your line, see what you can get. I recommend buying this one up to 6. I found 6 at minus 125 to the under tonight. I really do think the defenses come out. I'm seeing your message here, Steven, saying you're going to play the over 6 in this one. I think both these teams will be cautious coming out of the gate. We know both these offenses can put up the goals, and absolutely they can, but we've got the number 1 defense for goals against average and the number 1 defense or the number 2 defense in the Rangers for the goals against average. They really are limiting these teams. They might not be limiting the shots, but between Shesterkin and Ranta coming out here, I'm not I'm not ready to jump on an over in this series yet. What we've seen out of Carolina is Ranta has been very good for them. I think he's the best second string goalie out there, which is lucky for them because Frederick Anderson is out right now. So I'm not worried about him getting the goals against him. Ranta is allowing that average of 2.45. Washington is only allowing that 2.07. I think there is value on the Rangers tonight. I'm not sure if I'm going to get there. I was looking at some team totals. The team totals of the Rangers over 2.5 is minus 104. And the Carolina Hurricanes over 3.5 is plus 126. I can't get there. I think this is a 3-2 game in this one tonight. And I think the only reason why I would buy up to that 6 is because of the empty netter. The possibility of that empty netter, if either of these teams is down, is huge. I would love to take the Canes in regulation, and I think this one is a game where if the Canes do win it, it is in regulation, getting us better value there. But I can't look past what the New York Rangers have been able to do on the road and off rest. On the road in their last 13 games, they've won 9 of those. They also coming in rested 2 days rest. They are 6-2 in their last 8 games. And the Rangers overall against the Carolina Hurricanes are 35-16 in the last 15 meetings. This is definitely the matchup they wanted here. They can play the Canes tight. So I think we have a 1-point game here. So I can't get on Carolina on the money line or on that puck line there. Although they have been strong on that puck line at home, I think the New York Rangers will keep this within that 1 point. They could pull off the upset here. So I think the best way to take this is to buy that 5.5 up to 6. I got it at minus 120. I believe I got it minus 126. I was looking, it's between minus 125 and minus 128 right now. Now, there is some props I like in here. Give me Slavin for the Carolina Hurricanes. His points over 0.5 tonight. I think he gets that. It's hit 4 of his last 5. So that's 80% of the time, you guys. You can get that at plus 125. And Strom for the New York Rangers, we can take his assist over 0.5 at plus 150 here. Again, this is hit 4 of his last 5, which is 80% of the time. We got a great game, you guys. We look at the Carolina Hurricanes. Hard to go against them as a favorite. They've won their last 9 as a favorite. Like I said, this game is going to be an absolute brawl. We had Carolina win the last matchup 4-3 in the regular season. I don't know. Let me know what you guys are wanting to bet in this, what you're liking. I really do think that the Rangers could pull off the upset. So be careful with that one. I think another way to look at this would be that first period under 1.5. I just want to look at what kind of juice we're paying here because I did not pull that up. Under 1.5 for the first period is minus 120. And you guys, I think that's kind of what I like the best here. I look for both of these teams to tighten up defensively coming right out of the gate to see what each other has. So I'm definitely going to take that under 1.5 at minus 120. I'll make sure I add that to my recap as well. Okay, let's talk the next game. This game, you guys remember that I am a little bit biased towards my Calgary Flames. I will always warn you about that. I warn you about my bias towards the LA Chargers in football season, but I don't like losing money and I like to put my money where I do think the winners are going to be, even if it is against my team. The Edmonton Oilers coming in here as the dog at plus 132. This money line has been moving quite a bit. Minus 159 for the Calgary Flames. Total of 6. Now, we saw Calgary come off an incredible game over the Dallas Stars. It went to OT. Hats off to the Dallas Stars. And Ottinger, their goalie, played a phenomenal one. I think Calgary is going to come in good into this one. We saw Edmonton get the series win over the LA Kings and one really, I didn't know if they were going to be able to make it through the LA Kings. I expected more out of them. That last game was a 2-0 win for the Edmonton Oilers. Now I can knock Mike Smith all day long, but I'm not going to. He really has proven himself in and out. He had one absolutely terrible game of the playoff series against the LA Kings, but he has played better in each and every one of those games after, especially in that first one. So I'm not going to sit here and knock him, but at the end of the day, I can't really trust him. Before the playoffs started, his goals against average was above 3. He's now brought it down to 2.81. He really is at times standing on his head. Now, Marstrom is in goal for the Calgary Flames. We all know I love him. 37, 16, and 9 on the season with that 2.2 goals against average. I think we're in for a complete battle, you guys. And this one is going to be whoever can stay out of the penalty box. I'm not joking when I say Edmonton and Calgary hate each other. The Battle of Alberta is real. And I feel for anyone either in Calgary that's an Edmonton fan and going out to watch the games, or an Edmonton that's a Calgary fan going out to watch the games, because the fans really get into this and the rivalry is huge. The only thing I can compare it to is probably the Raiders and the Chargers down there for football. But you guys, I think as long as the Calgary Flames can play the smarter game, I do think that they win this game. I think they have the more deep team in this matchup. We see home ice between these two. Absolutely phenomenal. I think this series goes deep. I think it goes all the way to 7. I think the home team wins back and forth wherever they are. Home team advantage. We look at the last 5 meetings between these two. The home team has won each and every one of these games. Calgary, as a home favorite, is 6-1 in their last 7 games as a home favorite. We look at the Oilers as a road underdog. They've struggled in this position, going 6-2 in their last 8 games as a road underdog. And they're also, of course, if the Calgary Flames are 4-1 in their last 5 meetings as that favorite, the Oilers have gone 1-4 in their last 5 meetings in Calgary. So this is going to be a hard game for both of these teams, because I do see penalties, though. We look at these offenses and we know how much they can light up the net. I'm going to look at taking the over. I know Calgary's defense is playing so solidly. We saw what they were able to do against the Stars in some of those games. But the Edmonton Oilers offense is absolutely incredible. They're averaging that 3.48 goals on the season. Calgary coming in here at that 3.5. We really haven't seen, well, we have seen both of these teams explode and get the goals, but we really haven't seen a game where Calgary and Edmonton haven't come out just giving it everything they have. I don't see either team coming in here slow to this one. I think we have a high-paced, hard-hitting, fast game on the ice here. I think penalty kills will be hard for both of these teams. So I'm going to take the over 6. I really do think they shoot each other or themselves in the foot with these penalties tonight, and we cruise over this total. The over is 13-6-1 in the last 20 meetings in Calgary. Calgary Flames coming in off 2 days rest. Trend so solid to that over, going 4-1-1 in the last 6 playing on that Tuesday's rest. And the Oilers in their last 5 semi-final games, they are 4-1 in their last 5 to that over. So give me the over 6 in this one. I got some prop bets for you guys. I would be looking, actually, before I give you those props, let's just see what Calgary is in the first period, because I could see this first period Calgary coming out and dominating. Just home ice advantage. The crowd is going to be crazy. I see a goal coming fast off the bat there. Plus 142 for Calgary in the first period. The total goals over 1.5 in that first period, juiced to the max. We are definitely going to get them. Over 1.5 is minus 152. So I don't recommend that, but I do recommend the Calgary Flames in the first period at plus 142. Now, we do have some goalie props here. Jacob Marstrom saves on. Yeah, I love this, you guys. I'm just looking at it now. Save shots on goal for Jacob Markstrom over 28.5. I think that is a beautiful way to take this. It's minus 106 over at FanDuel. And I could definitely see him getting over this, because you guys, the defense or the offense of the Edmonton Oilers is going to come out firing on him tonight for sure. We have Mike Smith at over 31.5 save shots on goal. Like I said, I don't trust Mike Smith. I don't love Mike Smith, so I can't get there betting him this over. I do think it probably comes in, though, because we look at how many shots on goal Calgary got on Ottinger. I just worry. There's such a difference between Ottinger and Mike Smith. I don't know how many he's going to let in this first game against the Calgary Flames. So I'm not going to touch his prop, but I'm definitely going to hit Markstrom's over 28.5 save shots on goal. When we look at the Edmonton Oilers, they are averaging 34 shots on goal, and Calgary's allowing 29. I think we do see Calgary allow more than the average in this one, just because I think the Edmonton Oilers need to beat them offensively in this game if they want to come out and get the win. Now, the other prop bets that I like tonight are Johnny Gaudreau assists over 0.5. It's hit in all 5 of his last 5 games. That is a minus 121 there. Toffoli of the Calgary Flames as well. I'm going to take his shots on goal over 2.5. We're paying juice at minus 134, but this is hit in 4 of his last 5. And I definitely do think the Edmonton Oilers try to limit players like Gaudreau and Lindholm and Markstrom, or not Markstrom, the goal. He can't limit the goalie shots on goal. But Toffoli, I think he's going to have more opportunities in this one to get those shots off. So give me him over 2.5 at minus 134. But you guys, that was it for Puck It with Joe. Let's do a quick recap. I'm so glad you guys all joined me here today. Make sure you put under this video what you're betting tonight. And best of luck. Best of luck in all of these games. If you're tailing something, let me know too. I love to know when you guys win with me. And if you're against me and you win, hats off to you as well. So I really hope everyone has a fantastic night. Let's recap quickly. 16:52 minute mark. Again, I will bookmark these on YouTube for you guys. The New York Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes. I think you got to take the under 6 in this one. Buy it up to that 6, you guys, in case we get that empty netter. I lean on the Carolina Hurricanes getting the win, but I can see the New York Rangers being able to pull this off. I wouldn't be putting money on the Canes tonight. If I had to put money on a side, it would be the New York Rangers. I think there's just so much value there in the money line on them. I don't think they should be this much of an underdog. So it would be the Rangers for me, or no side at all. The Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames. I'm going to take the Calgary Flames in the first period. I love that at plus 142. I'm going to take the over 6 in this one. Jacob Markstrom over 28.5 save shots on goal. Johnny Gaudreau total shots on goal over 3.5 at plus 115 as well. I forgot I had that one. And then his assists. Let's do his shots on goal over 3.5 at plus 115 and his assists over 0.5 at minus 121, and Toffoli over 2.5 shots on goal, minus 134. Hit 4 of his last 5 games, 80%. And yeah, I love it. That will be a good one. And then my props in that first game was Slavin of the Carolina Hurricanes. His total points over 0.5 at plus 125. And Strom of the New York Rangers, his assists over 0.5 plus 150. But you guys, thank you for joining me here. I appreciate you guys so much for being here with me. I not sure what you mean, what type of odds you use. I try to go for lower juice money lines. I try not to go above minus 145 at the very highest in prop bets, as well as straight up. So you guys, I appreciate you for being here with me. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful night in all of your bets. Keep smiling, and you know the drill. Make some freaking money. I'll see you back here tomorrow.